finally hit 10 subscribers, I considered myself a YouTuber. And I remember I celebrated that night by going to the nearest McDonald's and ordering a Big Mac. However, on my way to the store, I stumbled across a random homeless dude who was trying to make some money by selling fresh cow milk. And since I had just received my first YouTube paycheck of $5 that day, I decided to be charitable and not only buy a bottle of milk from him, but I chugged the entire thing right in front of him. But as you can probably guess, it turns out it wasn't actually cow's milk. Anyways, apparently that's not the only weird things YouTubers have stumbled across. YouTubers who accidentally found terrifying things by Pixels After Dark.
YouTubers Sam and Colby often make videos featuring themselves and a group of friends as they visit haunted locations. I say this with no disrespect, as I think it makes for a more interesting story. However, their content is very suited to the seemingly staged side of YouTube horror. It seems like every abandoned place they go to has some paranormal occurrence, and it's hard to imagine that at least some of these aren't staged.
No, they can't be staged. It's impossible. Like, nothing on YouTube is staged. Everything on YouTube is authentic. What is the YouTube motto? It's broadcast yourself. Nothing on YouTube can possibly be fake. Everything is real. 100% real. So you're trying to tell me that there are things on YouTube that people post on YouTube that's fake? Huh? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Again, I want to reiterate, they are very entertaining, and they deserve the success for the production they put in. However, one night, they witnessed one of the most terrifying horrors they have on this channel, and they didn't even realize it.
What, they didn't realize it because they were so used to staging things so that when something actually natural happened, they didn't know how to react or anything? Oh my god, you're gotta be joking. There's no way anything on YouTube is staged.
In a video titled Exploring Abandoned Insane Asylum, Girl Screams, Sam and Colby, as well as fellow YouTubers the Ireland Boys, visited an abandoned asylum hidden in a nearby forest. Typical to the format they have on many videos, they explore the abandoned building and swear someone was there with them.
What? I literally think there was something downstairs. Whatever thing that you heard earlier. I think that's basically all there is there, though, to explore. It's just a bunch of rooms. Well, then let's go over and figure out what's downstairs before it comes up and finds us.
But I mean, isn't it like possible that someone else was exploring the abandoned building at the exact same time? Because like they are hotspots because they are abandoned, and so I feel like they would be pretty like popular amongst people trying to explore like abandoned buildings and stuff. And so it's definitely not impossible for there to be someone else there at the same time. Like I feel like it would be much more common than people realize.
They act nervous and walk around cautiously. However, as they're...
Bro, who gave a preschooler a graffiti can? Santan? I think they meant to write Satan. Are they trying to write Santa or Santan or Satan? Did someone have a stroke mid-graffiti? I think they actually had a stroke. It says, I love Satan, and this one says Santan. Are you dumb? Are you actually dumb? And now it's permanently on the wall. You can't remove it. Santan? Who is Santan?
However, as they're exploring more, they hear police sirens coming from the distance. Thinking that they might be coming for them, as visiting this place is technically trespassing, the group flees the building and stakes out in the nearby woods.
There are people right in front of us that are not Colby, and they are looking right past us.
It's only here that a series of odd occurrences commence that even the YouTubers aren't quite sure what to make of. They notice a few random people entering the building they just left, and a helicopter with active searchlights flying overhead. They run through the woods, trying to make their escape, when they suddenly hear a blood-curdling scream.
What the f***? You hear that? Yeah, get out of here! Go! Guys, run!
But I mean, is it not possible that like they could have planted a woman there to just start screaming? Like, isn't there like a screaming prank in like stores on TikTok? Like they have the backup screamer, someone screams from the aisle, and then like the Walmart person goes to them, but then like as they're trying to like blame them for screaming, so they have a backup screamer somewhere else.
The woman continues to scream, and eventually the crew flees the woods to conclude their latest episode of exploring creepy abandoned buildings. After this night, and the upload of the video, viewers would begin to get curious and investigate what might have happened that night. And a few weeks later, they would find out that yes, it was true. This was most definitely not a planned bit by Sam and Colby. If you take a look at this map, the YouTube group was in this forest in early September of 2017. It was right here, on September 13th, that the body of Lauren Wallen, a pregnant mother, was found dead in a shallow grave. She had been missing for 9 days. Although never confirmed, one can easily imagine where these screams came from on that tragic night in this forest.
What the f? Do you hear that?
Okay, that is very concerning. So that it was a real murder. Damn. So that's the issue. That's the issue with staged content on YouTube. The issue is that, like, you're not sure, like, what is real and what is fake. And so when something is real, like when someone is genuinely getting murdered, you're not sure whether it's part of the script or not. You're not sure whether you're meant to, like, stay, like, in character. So they could have maybe helped this person that was getting murdered. But instead, they probably thought it was part of the script. And so, like, they thought they planted a woman to scream there. And so they just ignored it because they thought it was part of the script. Because at the same time, they could have been murdered as well if they went and investigated. Because then they would know who murdered the person. And so they would have to be killed by the person.
Adventures with Purpose is a YouTube channel that focuses on recovering artifacts from lakes and ponds. These are normally related to true crime cases, whether it be a car from a criminal or an article of clothing from missing people. The goal of the channel is to basically help out investigations as well as aiding the environment. That's why on May 26th of 2020, the group planned to participate in a mass environmental cleanup. In a survey of a lake in Portland, Oregon, they found evidence of multiple vehicles that have sunk to the bottom of the lake. On a day where the tide was low, the group built a map, pinning general locations to all these vehicles, and planned to dedicate the day to retrieving them and cleaning out the waters. They get in their wetsuits and begin navigating the lake, diving down and pinpointing each car detailed in their debriefing. They quickly find the first car and begin preparing for extraction. After attaching the car to a trailer on the land and positioning it to be pulled up a ramp, Adventures with Purpose went live to document a sweet moment in humanity.
We're dressed up. We are finally back in the water.
Yes, we are.
And before that, like, we can like elbow bump because anyway, we have a car that's coming out right now. This car today, we're gonna do this whole thing live. Like, we've spent last 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, yeah, 4 or 5 hours.
Already getting this thing out because it was 10:30 this morning. It was 80 feet deep, and so we're now at the very end of this, and we've never done actual live.
And this could be a massive mistake. We could be getting a Logan Paul 2.0. I guarantee there's probably a dead body still in the car that they didn't see, like, while it was underwater. Are we going to have another Logan Paul moment?
Showing somebody for us to bring out of the river.
Many individuals were volunteering their time to clean the water, and just as the first car began to emerge from the lake, a chilling discovery would be found.
Oh, don't show inside. Don't show inside. No. Okay, good. Okay. Why would you show it on live? What?
There's a shoe in there.
Bro, why would he show this on live? This is literally the Logan Paul moment. Logan Paul literally showed, like, the dead body in the forest, like, and went right up to his face, right up to the body. Why are you doing this on a live stream as well? I feel like that is even worse. A live stream is even worse than what Logan did. Actually, no, to be fair, Logan saw the footage and he approved it to be posted. But this person, surely you would, like, face the camera away and just check it out yourself before, like, you know, like, having the okay to just go and show it on camera. But you would see this. Why would you show a dead body on YouTube live?
There's a shoe in there.
There's a shoe. I think there's much more than a shoe in there.
Whoa! Call the cops!
A decomposed body and bones were sitting in the front seat. After the police were called, investigation found that this body belonged to Timothy Robinson, a man who went missing on November 27th of 2008, 12 years before this discovery was made. The family was notified and were relieved to finally have some closure after so many years.
But I mean, damn, did he not see the body in there beforehand? Like, why did it take him, like, 2 minutes to realize what was in there? In 2008, he went missing and he left a note behind saying that he may want to drive into the water, and so I guess he did. It's been 12 years since he became missing. This is my dad's brother, my uncle. Damn, so he was missing for 12 years. Yeah, 12 years. So they found him in 2020 and he went missing in 2008. Damn, 12 years.
Connor Kelly and his family were exploring the McCoy mine in Nevada. An abandoned mine shaft in the desert with a portion of the entrance still accessible, the group begins to travel through the depths of the mine and begin their exploration. The cavern was very large, with a few artifacts still present from when it was functional years ago. The group stays quiet as they don't want to risk the sound dislodging any rocks from the ceiling. However, it's not long before they approach something that demands discussion.
So, do you see that reflection? They're trying to...
Check it out. Oh, Jesus, what the... It's a shoe.
The group finds a large pile of children-sized shoes and bones.
Great, so they've just accidentally wandered into Diddy's basement within a mine shaft. Diddy's cave? Did he own any like mining stuff? Did he invest in mining? Oh yeah, he invested in crypto mining, but not like actual real mining. But I mean, look how many shoes there are. There are hundreds of shoes. Hundreds of children fell victim to Diddy's cave. But also the other possibility is that maybe they planted it here for like a YouTube video. Like maybe they thought it will go viral if they plant a bunch of shoes like the night before, and then they
Oh my god, I discovered shoes. Oh my god, they're children's shoes.
The group suddenly gets justifiably cautious and stands back as they're unsure what to do from here.
I mean, I feel like the obvious choice is just get out as soon as possible. Like, Diddy could still be lurking in that cave. Like, you brought your son in there as well. What if your son just suddenly goes missing, and then, like, the next day you find his shoes in that pile as well?
One member of the group even pulls a gun, fearing for nearby predators deeper in the cave, or quite possibly, even another human.
Well, I mean, what animal could possibly neatly organize all these shoes into a pile apart from a human? This has got to be a human that has done this, if this is real. There is no way like a bear, like a grizzly bear, is gonna be able to like organize the shoes like that and color match everything like that.
After a brief discussion and inspecting the pile of shoes a little closer, the group advances a little bit further.
Why?
Where a dead end is found, and the floor is scattered with more bones.
And then after turning around, after reaching the dead end, they are face to face with the diddler himself. Like, why would you keep moving forward when he could still be in this cave? If I was in this group, if I saw the shoes, I'm like, me personally, I'm legging it. I'm getting out of there as soon as possible.
Further investigation from viewers of the video mentioned that the bones don't appear to be human. It's more likely that these bones were a result of animal carcasses from predators such as mountain lions who might have feasted on their food within the cave. The children's shoes, however, are a completely different story. There is no definite explanation for this, and I don't think there ever will be. However, the leading theory is that these were trophies collected from a serial killer.
Oh.
Collecting items from victims isn't unheard of, with a very famous legend in Michigan claiming that a mysterious tree dangling children's shoes was also decorated by a serial killer. If you look at the shoes, they also appeared to be tethered differently. Some shoes look so worn like they've been there for decades, while others only a few years old. These shoes weren't dumped here all at once. It's a collection that had been built for some time. The family leaves, and no conclusions have been met.
Good idea. Just get out of there. And honestly, it might not even be worth trying to investigate it. I feel like the more you try and investigate who did it, the more likely you are to get like targeted by him. Because if you know information that could get like the serial killer caught, he's probably going to come after you next.
A YouTuber by the name Dateline420 was hiking in the woods in the border of a park in Suffolk County, New York. Here he stumbled across what he believed to be the end of somebody's property, as there was a shed and a fire pit, as well as the sound of cars in the distance. Directly outside, where the property line meets the woods, were trees decorated with something harrowing.
Anyway, I'll cut right to the chase because I might die. Look what these are.
Missing person photos. Not one, not two, but dozens of posters detailing missing people were pinned on almost every tree in the surrounding area.
Okay, that is definitely a bit of an uncomfortable situation to be in. Did you not research this area? Like, did you not check to see if there were any like serial killers or any like bears or anything in this area? I think either they have all been killed by some sort of serial killer, or they've all been mauled by like an apex predator bear.
One might wonder if maybe this was a setup for a video, however, making this all more disturbing. These have been confirmed to be real missing people. Taking a closer look, these are missing person cases from all across the United States and throughout different years, mostly between 2009 and 2013. They also look very old and weathered, as if they've been hung up for quite some time.
These, you could tell, these aren't new. Like, not just that this is 2012, Noblesville, Indiana, right? Look at the tape, look at the water damage. These have been hanging up for a while.
Whether this be a serial killer's documentation of his murders, or some sick joke, it's still disturbing either way. The man then investigated the surrounding area and finds a few more unsettling things. The most odd being what appears to be a cage built with binded tree branches and a filled-in hole sitting at the center. The man eventually hears voices and runs away.
I'm pretty sure this was a booby trap. I think if he like stood in the middle of it, it would like try and trap him, like sort of like in Scooby-Doo. But then he heard voices, and so yeah, 100%. I don't think this is a bear killing these people. I think there could be a serial killer on the loose and still like looking for his 20th victim.
He reported the findings to the police, and after a quick investigation, the house adjacent to the campsite claimed that they pinned the photos as they were preparing for an upcoming Halloween party.
An upcoming Halloween party? How many years have you been preparing for this Halloween party? The missing people posters were clearly weathered. They clearly looked like they were there for a few years. So you're telling me you were preparing for this Halloween party for the past 3 years when Halloween occurs every single year? It's not like it's the Olympics every 4 years, is that it? Like, it's not like Halloween only occurs every 4 years like the World Cup or like the Olympics, and you have to start preparing 4 years in advance. This is literally Halloween. You could have started preparing like 12 months beforehand.
However, if that's the case, why do the posters look so old? And why was this the only thing set up at least a month before Halloween?
Yeah, so bro, why didn't the police investigate that house even further? I think this could be an inside job. The police are intentionally turning a blind eye to the serial killer who lives in that house.
With many people asking and Dateline 420 very curious, he revisited the site on Halloween to only find multiple new no trespassing signs and no indicator for any party or event.
Okay, that is insanely creepy. So they knew that this guy was going to come back for Halloween. So bro, there was no Halloween party planned at all. So that is confirmed. These are the trophies of the serial killer who lives in that house. Because if the person who set all these things up wasn't in that house, how would they know that this YouTuber found out about all these signs? So it must be 100% related to that house near the woods. But I'm surprised he didn't die. Like when he came back for the Halloween party, I'm surprised the serial killer didn't expect him to come back and set up like a booby trap or something. Or maybe that would be way too obvious, and then that would lead to the serial killer actually getting caught.
Exploring with Josh, a YouTuber who explores a variety of places, once found his crew and himself at the neck of a giant underground cave. This cave, in Washington County, is named the Ape Cave and stretches almost 2.5 miles long. Although deep, the cave is rather open with plenty of room for exploring and walking around. There's little risk of getting stuck, and it's typically welcoming to amateur spelunkers. Josh and his friends found this encouraging, however weren't afraid of taking a little risk to reach less explored sectors of the cave.
I've finally seen some sort of writing, but I can't really make out what it says. But I think we're gonna be kneeling down now. I think we're gonna have to kneel down. Oh god.
I'm pretty sure technically this counts as cave diving. Bro, why would you go cave diving, and why would you bring these massive cameras down there?
The majority of the 12-minute vlog just features the crew having fun. They begin to walk down a corridor that continuously gets smaller and smaller, before each are on their stomachs, inching through the narrow tunnel they found themselves in. They continue to question if they should continue, wondering if there's any more to explore, as the tunnel gets rather tight.
Just leave.
I don't even know if this leads out anywhere. I think it's just the end.
Yeah, turn around.
We can be crawling all day.
Get out.
Let's find out.
They even reach a point where they were about to turn back, however Josh luckily noticed that the tunnel opened up. The crew squeezed through and successfully reached the end of the cave. What they didn't know was that somebody was waiting for them at the end.
Okay. Got it.
Can I head back now? This girl doesn't have a flashlight. Okay, I'm gonna take out my phone, actually.
English?
I don't know
You speak English? No English.
No?
Oh, okay.
Okay, come with us?
Do you speak English? No. Okay. Come with us? Bro, She doesn't speak English. Come with us. Those are 3 English words. Of course, she's not going to understand what you're saying. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen this clip before, and I'm going to say it again. Why the frick would you bring a small child going cave diving with you? I'm pretty sure what happened is that, like, so the parents brought their child to go explore this cave. But why would they bring their child underneath this tiny, narrow, like, tunnel? Because the child would have had to crawl through this thing to get to where she was. What? Like, how did she get there? And so if no one had, like, gone to the end and, like, discovered her, she probably would have starved to death.
Hey, Josh. Do you see those, the couple that was back there?
You wanna come with
Tell
us?
them their daughter's up here and she's scared.
They don't speak. She doesn't speak English.
They don't speak English.
It's okay. It's all right. This is the way back.
What an experience. As we were about to leave, this little girl comes up out of nowhere, scares us, and at first we're like, wait, whose parents are hers? And she was just there alone by herself. Then she just sits there in the back, so I started talking to her, but she wouldn't answer me.
Bruh, I mean, because she doesn't speak English. I feel like at that point, you would have been better off saying... compared to saying, can you please, like, go this way is where the exit is, we can find your parents. Bro, she does not speak a single word of English.
And I was like, wait a minute, I don't think she speaks English.
Of course.
It turns out she really didn't speak English at all. She's by herself, crawled the whole way in there by herself, no light, what the heck, I don't get it, no light. She didn't even speak English.
Inside one of the deepest sectors of the ape cave was a little girl, noticeably terrified and cautious. The group tried to console her, however she was clearly fearing for her life, as she didn't want to approach the strangers in the isolated cave. Turns out that this girl was missing, ran into the ape cave, and crawled to the end of one of its deepest tunnels. The girl was stranded, alone in the dark, and looking at this angle of the only entrance to her location, I wonder if she would ever have been found, if not for this group.
Nope, never.
She was let out and thankfully reunited with her family.
The last girl hit the jackpot in life's lottery. There's no way she would have been found alive, if at all. Yeah, I guarantee she probably would have died in that cave. But I'm pretty sure there is one more case of a YouTuber who accidentally found terrifying things. Why didn't he add the Logan Paul thing into this video? He made this video in 2023. The Logan Paul thing happened in 2018. I guess this guy just didn't want to risk, like, getting demonetized.